Hi friends, this is Crystal from Homemaking on the Homestead, and today I'm going to talk about retirement. It has been 3 months, a little bit more, especially by the time this video is posted. It's been a little bit more than 3 months ago that my husband retired, and I just thought I'd share a 3-month update. I had several people leave comments and talk to me about the fact that their husbands or they were planning on retiring soon and were interested in updates. So grab your cup of coffee and let's have a chat. I thought I would just start by talking about what the first 3 months was like in chronological order. I remember the day that my husband retired, and I went in to work with him. The day before, they had given him a party and did all the retirement fun stuff for him at work with people that he worked with. On his very last day, he needed to return his uniforms. He had security badges, ID badges, locker keys and different things like that, so he had to turn all of those in, and the process took about an hour, and we walked out of the building, got into the car, and it was like it was over, and it was almost like you couldn't mentally process it because it didn't even seem real at the time. But there was a lot of excitement that day. We didn't really do anything. We didn't have a party that day or anything. I think we bought a pizza and came home and enjoyed that. We had talked to our family, and everybody wanted us to do a retirement party, and we said, okay, we'll do that. And of course, now where things are at, that's going to have to be postponed. As the next few days continued, it was almost a surreal feeling. It was as if we had just started maybe a 2-week vacation. We continued to kind of live in this we must be on vacation type world for a little while. But after a few days, we started talking about different projects that my husband wanted to do. I have a cat going in between my legs and my feet here, wanting some attention. We talked about the projects that my husband wanted to do. Our plan had been to work on projects, travel and go see our family in different areas of the United States. And of course, that part we weren't able to do. But we continue to make our plans, at least for things on our homestead. So we have a lot of projects that are long overdue that my husband just didn't have time for, and so he started writing those things down. In the springtime, mowing becomes a huge, big issue. So a big job, I should say, not an issue, but we have quite a bit of grass that needs to be mowed and taken care of, and plants that just go crazy with all the rain that we get here. And so there were lots of yard work, maintenance things that needed to be done. They really call the first, according to what I have seen, they really call that first month or so, or longer, I guess it depends, the honeymoon phase, because it's also new and different, and you're trying to, you're just kind of enjoying the moment of it. So we spent the first couple of months just learning to put structure in our day and learning our new routines. I think one of the biggest challenges that my husband has faced is there's a lot of motivation and drive when you know you've got to get to work every morning, or in his case every night, and so that kind of drives you to do more. At least for him, it was a very motivating factor to do more, to get up, to get going. And so it's there's a little bit of a challenge when you wake up in the morning and you know that you don't have to be anywhere, you don't have to do anything. But if you kind of live in that, let's just sleep in and not really have any structure, pretty soon your life just becomes like, it begins to feel like there's no purpose in life. A little bit of that is good, and occasionally having days like that, of course, is good, but you learn really quick that you need to establish routines and establish a list of things, that the projects that need to be worked on, or whatever it is, the goals, your hobbies, whatever your situation may be, which is going to be different than mine. So as we have gone into the 3rd month, and now we're starting our 4th month, I'd say that the reality of life has better set in for us. That feeling of we're on an eternal vacation has gone. We are enjoying just having a lot of time together with such a busy life, you know, 8 children and homeschooling and him working, you know, a different shift, lots of work around the property that needs to be done and those types of things. We tended to live almost, you know, at opposite ends, and on the weekend we would have an opportunity to be able to, you know, kind of regroup as a couple and, you know, focus on whatever the next week had in store. But it was pretty much a cycle like that. And so one of the things that we both have enjoyed is that we tend to think more in terms of we now. You know, what is our goal for today? What are we going to do? What are we planning? Even down to meals. I don't cook anywhere near, of course, like I used to, and I was always the one that just planned the menu, and he has been an easy person to make happy when it comes to food. Whatever I do, he's usually perfectly fine with that. But now it's kind of become more of a we situation most of the time. You know, I ask him, you know, what sounds good for dinner tonight, and oftentimes it'll be a joint project. I will do something in the kitchen, he'll throw something on the grill. And it's almost as though we're beginning to establish a different purpose and a different identity now as a retired couple. One of the most interesting things that we have both noticed is, you know, life has definitely slowed down, and we do love that. But at the same time, while life seems to be going at a much slower pace, time has seemed to just like accelerate. It's just taken off. But we will be talking, and my husband will say, what day is today? And I'm like, well, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday. And he's like, what, already? You know, it's like you don't even know where the days go, because one day just rolls into the next and rolls into the next, and we're busy doing our little things around the homestead, and we don't even realize how fast the time goes by. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope if you are on the verge of retiring that it gives you a little bit of insight as to some of the things that you may experience as you go through those first couple 2-3 months. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. I'm getting pretty close to 2,000 subscribers, so that's kind of exciting to me. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.